Hi guys and welcome. This is a little bit of a different cat along with me. I have a special request for my New Year's dinner that I will have. So I have a table, I'll show you in a second, that is short but you can extend it. The problem is I don't have the extending plate, so I think to myself, how can I solve this with a 3D printer and a CAD software? And I guess you'll find out in this video, and we'll try to make a table insert and see if we can actually get it to work well. So I've divided this video into two parts. The first part will be a CAD along. So it's going to be a quite long video. I'll try to speed up the parts that I can, but it's probably going to be quite long. I'll CAD and think at the same time and try to entertain you guys. And the second part will be when I print it and how I print it, and then how I assemble it, and hopefully how it works. So come along for the ride, and let's start off with the episode 1. Hi guys, so I bought this table secondhand a while ago, and as you can see there's no middle plate, so I think that I'm pretty confident that I can 3D print something in here. It's a quite big piece, but I mean I should be able to do it, right? It should only be a few important parts that needs to be like aligned. Maybe I need to, oh, it's quite kind of dirty here, but I think I probably want to align this part and this, and maybe make it rest on top of this, and make it quite far. So I guess all that I need to do is to take some measurements and see how many pieces this will be in when we start to doing it in 3D. Okay, okay, so it's gonna be around 90 centimeters. That's pretty big. I guess it's doable. I mean, it doesn't have to support a lot of weight, and we can make it around 37 centimeters, maybe 36 if we have a little bit of a margin. So 90 by 36. Let's go. Okay, so I now measured all the measurements in the table, and the plan now is to create a let's say a bigger model that we then slice up in different segments. Now the part is supposed to be around 36 centimeters wide, so it's going to be a quite big surface that needs to be able to handle a little bit of load. So I might design some sort of feature to like put a rod in, or to put maybe a carbon fiber tube from my quadcopter or something, just to make sure that when I put together the filaments, maybe even do some sort of Lego system or jigsaw, just so it can take all the load of the filament, because there's the two rails that support the plate. There's kind of quite a gap in between. I think it's around half a meter gap. So that's need to maybe probably have something to support that, or to lift that up. So let's just start ahead here with our measurements. I'm gonna create a sketch because that's the most simple way, and I will mirror it on this Y line. So I'm just gonna put something there that we can then mirror. And we then know that the table is, let's see, how far is it? It is 900 millimeters, so that's 450 in one direction. We got that, and then we know that it is 220 millimeters thick, and I just want to lock that down. And then of course it is 450 in, but we have a part down here that I know is 125 millimeters in, and it goes down for, what is it? It's 70 millimeters. And that part is also 20 millimeters thick. And we're gonna repeat this line. Like that, and then back. So there you have it. This is the profile of the table. What we can do now, if we want to, is to create a mirror of this. So we could take mirror, select mirror line, objects, well, these. And there we go. And this part could now be extruded, and it's supposed to be 360 millimeters. So that's about it. Well, seriously, it's about that. We don't need that much more. We do have some supports laying around here. I don't have the exact measurements. Let's see. Yeah, it's 170 millimeters in from the edge. So let's just create that quickly. 170. Then it goes down a little bit, and it's around 6 centimeters wide. So this here will actually be just its own parts. Has to be a new body. I just want to hide this one here so I can mirror this one. There we go, mirror plane. There. Should make these components, but okay. Let's do that. Create a component. This one is called slide support. We then take that and we copy, we paste. So there we go. Now we have those, and we have the table again. So now we can see we could actually change the material here just to have a little bit of a quicker look. Let's just say that this is some kind of palladium or something. Yes, we have some difference between the materials. Okay, so now when we've done all that, what we really want to do is to maybe use this sketch and create some sort of patterns. Maybe we can do, let's say that we slice this again. Maybe we want to do smaller parts. I just think that 125 is pretty decent. So let's just cut it there. And maybe repeat that. I think this is good. We do have a fillet on this one here. I'm not sure exactly what it is, so let's leave it at 2.5. And we now have these segments that we should be able to maybe create some sort of locking pattern, but it's usually a bit difficult. But I mean, what I want to do is to glue all of this. So I could do, let's say, something like this. Okay, so we're back. I have new shirts, we have a new intro. Just forget about that and we should keep on drawing. So last episode, or part of this video is still the same video, so don't be confused. I was thinking, why don't I add like a structure down here? So my idea now is to do something more like, let's see, where do we have the middle? We have the middle there. I was thinking maybe we could do something more, because we need to have like the strength like this, and on the width of there is a little bit force, but I think I can solve that with like a connection in this style so it can't move. But in this direction, I think we need to have like, or maybe we don't, but I kind of want to draw it anyways. So like something that goes down like this and all the way, of course. And then we can, in this, we kind of want to add some strength. So between each part, I think that we need to do some sort of, like, connector, or so we can attach some screws, because I think that we want to use screws, don't we, to like tighten everything up, or is that just overkill? Let's try it this way. We can add some like this. Maybe you're asking yourself why. Maybe I am as well. But I just want to have something in between that we can then. The idea here is to cut one part there. So if I now extrude these two, we get a pretty decent part. And my imagination is that since the 3D printer does a hard shell here and hard shell here, we get some extra strength. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm also thinking that we can use this space here to create like a bolt or something that will screw everything together. But then we need to have space to screw it in as well. Insects could work for tightening. Yeah, I think insects will work, or Allen key. So let's go back here into the sketch. As we remove that, let's see, Control Z, all I did. So if we think, so how far is this here? If we measure from there to there, it's 180. That's a little bit far for one part. And also, if I just want to see, just want to remember where these were. Okay, so those are there, which means that I need to rethink a little bit. I can, however, have some sort of support out here. That will work. But for this, I need to rethink this. Maybe we'll add that from there instead. And we'll just trim this because I'm lazy. Could remove them correctly, but I don't want to do that. So maybe we just draw, I don't know, something like, let's say like that instead. Then we need to separate this part somewhere, and I think the best place to do that would be on top of that part. So this would work. It would rest up there, but then we need to attach these here, which would be, I guess, okay, since we can screw those together. Will that work? I think that will work, and I have a plan on how. So we go in here, we cut more or less in the middle. And again, we want to have some sort of like pattern for locking the parts. So let's just do a few millimeters in. Something like that. There we go. And then we trim. Ta-da, ta-da. This should be quite okay. We wanted to do the same here, so let's just make a cutting pattern here. So in 3 millimeters. And then one more up here. Ta-da. Something like that. So my idea is to have like a groove, so we can, when the two pieces meet, we can then put in a bolt from one side, and we can put in a nut from the other side, and just like tighten everything up. That's a plan, at least. And also we can add
we can do that later. We can add like a support here. Actually, we do need to do it now, but we can remove some of it later. So we need to make this at the beginning of each print, so it lays flat down to the bottom. Okay, so how far is now this part? That is 195. That's okay. It's a little bit wide, but it should be okay on a printer. And the other ones are less than that. Okay, so let's start thinking about just adding some radiuses here. Yeah, 3 millimeters is okay. Repeat. To add on several locations. I think that's good. And the same goes for this one. There, there, and there, and there. All should be 3. Perfect. And what did I do over here now? Did I destroy something? I guess I did. Interesting. Typically. Okay, so if we do some trimming first, of course, always trimming. We trim those away. Trim these ones as well. Now, I don't remember exactly how wide this was, so I just need a second to check that out. So I want to have a 30 centimeters, which should be, or 36, I said before, but let's just extrude this one as a first example. 15 centimeters. That's not 15 centimeters. Let's see. Wow, 150. That's quite far. Let's go with 100 first. So like that. I will remove this part. So this is how I imagine one of the pieces to be printed. And then my estimation is that we can get, let's see, that is 15. 1.5, yeah, that's good. We have a lot of space. And my plan is here that we take, just create a hole over here. And I have some good M3 bolts that I can use. So, or actually, let's just move this here a little bit over in there. I'm just dragging this now, so I'm done. There's no short keys for that. But we actually want to have a little bit of a margin. So let's say 0.3 here as well. So since we're printing on this side, there's a little chance that the plastic will do like this. So I'm just going to add some margin so I don't have to think about that later. Or actually, I might add a little bit more. So there we go. And I would be very happy if I could find the middle here now. So I'm just going to do like this is my usual middle finding solution, which isn't always the best. And we get the line down here. Okay, I want to do a mirror. I'm going to say the big one, mirror line, this one. What? No way, that can be true. How is that happening? Let's mirror the small one. That is not correct. That is really, really weird. Just no way it mirrors. What? That doesn't make any sense anywhere. Okay, if I take away those two lines, we try again. Objects, mirror line. What? That's incredible. Okay, let's do it like this instead. So we know that the distance is 45.5. So 45.5. Really weird. And then we do the same here. So or actually, can we do like this? Yeah, we can. Not that way. This is not working as planned. There we go, 91 millimeters, which is a weird measurement, but okay, I'll have it. So we'll save those for later, and we'll drag those to the other part as well. So now when that is gone, I was thinking of doing maybe the same on this side. So that means that we need to get up a little bit inside this part. And how do we do that best when we have a smooth surface? Well, we could do, so we want to get up into this one. So let's just create a new sketch. Let's create a new sketch here. And we'll have this as our, let's see, that will be our middle. So I want to have a hole here. I'm just going to measure. It's 4. .8 should the other one be, so this one will be the same. Now to get up there, we need to make a little bit of a slot down here. So if I create like something, no, this one actually has to be further in, like so. Then we can create a bigger circle, let's say 9 millimeters. We have a little bit of a space. See, 100 degrees, that's a pretty steep overhang, but it should work, right? Should work. And we'll do a little bit of a less down here. So maybe something like this. If you're not following along how I'm thinking, it will be clear in a few seconds. I might do a small radius here, because I like that kind of stuff. Okay, I won't do that. So my plan here is to take all of these and extrude. Not that way, or maybe we will. We will do something like this. No tapering. How far do we need? We need a few centimeters to put in the screw. So probably 25. We should be able to put in the screw. Let's do 30. And also, let's make a new body, and actually not 30 at all, 27. Now, with this body, I can just move this a few centimeters. So we get a little bit of distance in there. Now, I might use this slot for the other side as well. So let's create a, let's do a mirror of this object. So create mirror. We'll have this object. We'll have a mirror plane that is midpoint. No. That is midpoint of those two. There we go. So where was I? Mirror that object at this plane. Ta-da! Nope. What? Why did you mirror? What? Oh, mirror. Pattern bodies. Objects. Let's just hide this one. Ah. There we go. Thank you. And we can then take these two, copy, paste, move a few distances over here, and we should be fine on the other object as well, right? Okay, so let's just move them back a little bit more. Something like that. So, are you following along still? Let's just let's make sure that you understand what I'm trying to do. So I will take this part and I will use the combine tool. I will cut away using this tool and this tool. There we go. So now we get something that can be printed, or should be able to be printed. Let's see, can we just chamfer this out? I don't need all that space. Maybe something like that. So the idea here now is that I can insert a screw in here and screw it together with the part on this side. Almost like what we're doing over here, but since this is more difficult and we'll have a part over here, we have to screw this in before the part is laying down. Since we have this support here, this should be a little bit more stiff and can handle that pressure or load. Hopefully, at least. So let's go back to the sketch, which is where? It should be, is it this sketch? No, it's probably that sketch. Okay, so let's go back to that one. We'll edit it. We'll now extrude this part. You guys remember how much I extruded? Was it 11 or 10? Let's say 10. Ooh, that's good. So we now have this part, and yes, I will not have all this distance because that's really a waste of material, I think. But what I want to do first is to just hide that plane. We'll take this model, we'll go into the modify, combine, cut, and we'll cut away these two parts. And now we could add like a part down here, but I'm not gonna do that. No, we can't. Of course, we have this rod going over here. So the same idea here is that we should be able to chamfer some of these here, just to like save a little bit of space and strength. Maybe something like this. And then we will be able to take a hole here. Didn't I design that? Yes, I did. So let's go into this sketch. And we have that hole. So again, mirror. Okay, so that mirror, that, now it works. I think that should be good. Yes. So now we take both of these parts and we'll do a combine. Target body. I can't use both of them. Okay, so let's just start off with this one. Target body. Target body this. Tools are that one and that one. We want to keep tools. Awesome. And then we do the same with this one. Tools, that, and that. No need to keep them. ta-da! Let's see if we can just do section here. So you can see now that we're cutting in and we're working our way through. We have a screw hole here that will attach to both of the pieces, and same on the other side. Looking pretty good. This might actually work, and we might actually get some strength in it. Maybe not a lot, but maybe some. So let's start off here with the last piece. This is a little bit tricky. Oh, actually I want to do this as well. So I want to create a sketch on that plane. We'll use the mirror line, which I am getting. There we go. So from that, I want to cut up around there. And what angle do I want to use? Well, we kind of want to be able to 3D print it, so not too steep angle. So this one here, we want to mirror, use this one, ta-da! And we'll do something like this. Zoom. Ta-da! Looks cool, right? I'm pretty impressed. Now, if we want to, we could also then use this here to screw, like if we use multiple plates together. So if we do something like this, we could attach the table part here as well, but we might need like some plugs or something to prevent it from opening or closing. So we'll probably do that as well. But let's just continue here with this part and let's save, because that's really good to do. All right, now for the final parts. I'm going to take this whole shape, and I want to go in here. I want to use, let's say, those lines. I want to mirror them on the center. Okay, no. Okay, so I'm going into this sketch again. We're using this, mirroring those lines according to that one. I also need to remove this one here, because we need to mirror that part. So we need to take all of these lines. We'll use the mirror tool again. I'm really a sucker for the mirror tool. We'll get those over there, and then we can draw just this line there to close everything, I hope. Or is it gonna crash? It's crashing. That is why you save, guys. Phew, it didn't crash. That was really close. All right, so we have two identical parts here, but we need to make a unique cut here in the middle. To be honest, I think this distance here is a little bit too far. So what happens if we drag this in? We get it 8 centimeters. Or what is that, 6 something? Let's measure from there to there is 3 centimeters. I do have screws that long, so that will work. And we will draw something of a pattern again. Let's go with that. And we'll probably do something similar here. Ta-da! That's probably good. So let's just trim a little bit here. Trim that and trim this. We can trim this as well. Don't need that line. And we can trim that. Super. And we don't need those as well. Yeah. Warning. Okay, so we can now extrude, let's see, this part. Extrude over there, make a new, we don't want to join those two. And the same with this one here. We actually want to extrude this one, ta-da, ta-dee, new body. There we go. And the amazing thing now is that we can just take these. So we have one here, and we have the big one here. The idea is that we just drag those over. So we'll drag them all the way to China. No, not really, but all the way over here. And that means that we are done. No, not really, but almost. So the idea now is that we can save. So Ctrl S, save again. I want to mirror those two bodies. Create, mirror, select the plane on this axis, and voila! We now have a piece of table. Pretty cool. So, how do we now attach more pieces? Maybe we should be really simple and just... So you might be wondering why I have these here. And I do as well. Because they don't really serve a purpose, do they now? Well, it fits the other table, so I guess we'll keep them. But, yeah. Okay, so let's hide the support here again. Let's create something inside of these parts just to keep the table together. Do we need something in the middle? Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we can do like a support plate or something. Because if I'm thinking if we have a plate like that sits like this, they could do like that, but no, they actually can't. They could do upwards, but they shouldn't be able to do as well. Since they do support on these two rails, I think we're pretty good like this. I think we're actually ready to go. And again, what I might do to add some strength is just to create like... well, let's just try that. So let's sketch here. Let's use this, and then on the middle. So what I'm thinking here is like, if we do this is now my plan. Give me a few seconds and I'll explain. My idea is to add some strength, and when we have to think about this being 3D printing. So if I would do this, wrong way. If I would do, one second, hold on, mirror that plane, perfect. So if I would extrude this plate, soon, very soon. I'm not sure how far up I need to move it. Oh, can't move that. Okay, sorry. Let's just do like this. So, food. If I take this body, I will just move it a little bit away, and then up and into. So my thought was that if I take this and actually, can I do this way instead? Yes, we can cut away. Oh, perfect. So now if I do like this, my imagination is that since we'll have some extra thick layers when printing, so it will be more shells. That should mean that it's a little bit stiffer, maybe? But I don't know. But it could be stiffer, but I mean, I don't really know. I'll just keep those there, keep this rod thingy, and we can see if maybe it's different, like the direction. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep them there, see what happens. So I think that the most load is coming on this part here, but that's also where we have the support rods. So maybe that's not an issue. What do you think? I think we'll have to do this as part 1. So in part 2, I will print this. I will show you some time lapse of that, and I will try to assemble it, and we'll try it on the table and see if it can hold up. Maybe we'll do some smoothing as well, but consider this part 1 of the how to create the table in 3D Studio Max. No. So consider this being a part of how to create a table in Fusion 360, which is maybe a stupid idea, but I want to try it. So stay tuned for the next episode where we'll print this and see how it kind of behaves.